And our other great partners, the Sydney Boulevard Hotel, Nudie Juice, Audio Technica, Glencoe Electrical, St George Bank and Vic's Premium Quality Meat. We are coming to you live via sydneykings.com and the Sydney Kings TV YouTube channel. A special welcome to all Kings fans tuning in from Sydney, the many Wildcat fans I know that are tuning in all the way from Perth, our many fans listening to our simulcast throughout the New England region on Tune FM, and indeed all NBL fans with us this evening. Thanks for joining us, and I hope you enjoy our coverage, which once again features full audio and video live streaming. Joining me, as he always does in his 4th season as my broadcast partner, it's my pleasure to welcome NBL Championship winner, the 1992 NBL Grand Final Series Most Valuable Player, the one and only Bruce Bolden. And Bruce, the question before Saturday afternoon was, would the Kings be competitive against NBL opposition? And they answered that and then some in their great win over the Wollongong Hawks.
Well, I totally agree with you, and I think the mindset that they went into the game was one where it really made a statement to Wollongong. You know, although it was preseason, these games, they do matter from a player's personal point of view, and I think that was a good statement from the Kings. It was a good game. We know that you know the Hawks is going to come back stronger even next time, but you know, it's a good hit out tonight. I think the Kings definitely need to step it up another level, particularly leading into the NBL Blitz, and of course playing Perth Wildcats, who we know are the measuring stick of the league.
It is another level, isn't it, Bruce? I mean, the Hawks were a big challenger, an arch rival, but it's an amazing stat. Counting pre-season games, the Kings have lost 16 consecutive times to the Cats, 14 of those in the regular season. 3 different Sydney head coaches have tried and failed to beat this team. It's only pre-season, and tonight the Kings are without Angus Brandt and Josh Childress. Josh, unfortunately, suffering just a strained abdominal muscle last Saturday against Wollongong. Angus, at the moment, just with that bone bruise, both completely precautionary. So let's just make sure that no one panics too much. Just precautionary to keep them out for the Blitz, for tonight and the Blitz. But what does Damien Cotter do, regardless of the situation, because we know what Perth will bring tonight?
Well, I think one of the things he's got to, let them know that they have to keep working on and building on what they've been doing over this preseason. Carry some of the positive from the Wollongong game into tonight's game here against Perth, and also to know that they are playing the toughest team in the competition, who is going to come out this game here as if it's a regular season game, not a preseason game, because at the same time it's their last opportunity to play before the Blitz as well. So very important for the players to be mentally switched on. From a defensive point of view, I think the battle with Kendrick and Damien is going to be an interesting one.
And let's talk about the Wildcats, as we said, defending champions. They lost human highlight reel James Ennis to the Miami Heat of the NBA, and losing someone of that caliber would ordinarily be a giant hit to any program. But as we know with this team, they don't rebuild, they just reload. They bring in DeAndre Daniels out of UConn. He's out tonight. Obviously, he had the off-season surgery on his elbow. They're trying to bring in Ernest Ross. There's a lot of controversy that's been flying around about him. And you obviously, partner, you saw him in the warm-up, and he's certainly a big unit, to say the least. He's not playing tonight while they try and sort out his clearance. But you know, really, you've got this unbelievably experienced core group of guys that's been around for a long time. Damien Martin, Matt Knight, Jesse Wagstaff, Greg High, Sean Redditch. They're battle-tested. They know how to win. As far as I'm concerned, you know, regardless of the situation with Ross, this is still the team to beat this season. Yeah,
the one thing that I'm pretty impressed with Perth each and every year is the culture. And every player that joins the team automatically slides into the culture of you know, playing, you know, tough, relentless team, hard-working basketball, and that always leads to them being successful. So, like I said, tonight is going to be no different. They thrive off pressuring the opposition, causing turnovers, allowing them to dictate the tempo of the game. Offensively, those guys, each and every one of them have a green light. So they pretty much are dominant on both ends. They mainly try to create and control the game by their pressure defense, led by Damien.
What's going to be the key tonight for the Kings to get the W, do you think?
I think the Kings need to really execute well. I think that slows Perth down if they have to take the ball out of the basket on a regular basis. It doesn't allow them to set up with that press, and also you know, they're going to have to handle Bill. He's going to be a real key offensively. Without Angus inside there, Matt Knight is going to be strong on the block, and also Redditch. You know, we know what sort of arsenal Redditch has. So those three players are key to the Kings being successful tonight.
Well, we've got about 6.5 minutes left till tip-off here, so we're going to go through the lineups for you tonight, starting with the Wildcats. They'll start Jermaine Beale, the 2014, I should say, last season's Grand Final Series most valuable player. I forget it was still this year, Bruce.
Yeah.
Greg Hyatt, a great versatile forward. Matty Knight, absolute powerhouse in the low block. And they're two old hands and just sensational ball players. The ever-efficient Sean Redditch, and the guy, in my opinion, is the greatest defensive player I've ever seen in Damien Martin, greatest defensive player in NBL history. And, you know, I might get arguments from a few people, but I think it's pretty hard to argue 4 straight Defensive Player of the Year awards, Bruce. It's remarkable.
Yeah.
And it's still a tough bench, even though they're without Daniels and Ross tonight. Coming off the bench, Jesse Wagstaff, perennial 6th Man of the Year contender. Tom Jervis, who had a terrific year last year for them, he's coming off the bench tonight. Anthony Fisher, development player, will step in for them. And Drake Yuyu, who they've just recently signed. An irony of ironies, the man that they cut not that long ago, Matty Nguo, who was on a 3-year deal, is actually suiting up tonight for the Wildcats in place of Ernest Ross. Head coach for the Wildcats is Trevor Gleeson, assisted by Adam Tatalovich and Jamie O'Loughlin, and to Bruce Bolden for the Sydney lineup.
I'll do a little bit differently. I'll start with the bench players who I think is going to play a key role in tonight's game. Jason Kadid, backup point guard. Daniel Joyce, Mado Chow, Josh Dunker. Actually, Josh is starting. I'm sorry about that. Cody Ellis, who is going to be key as well without Angus being inside there. He's definitely going to have to play his part in the front line there. Starters, Kevin White, Josh Dunker, Tommy Gollop, who is having an excellent preseason at the moment. The captain, Ben Masson. The point guard, the import, Kendrick Perkins, who I think is going to have a nice little battle against Damien Martin tonight. So it's going to be a really, really good game that can have a good statement on where the Kings lie at this particular time. Head coach, Damian Carter. Assistant coach, Rob McKinley. Team manager at the moment is Morris.
Okay, we've got 4 minutes left until tip-off here. We're filling up here at the Cotton On Foundation Stadium in Ipswich. Good crowd filing in for this game.
And a nice stadium as well. I like it.
Especially, and as a Boston Celtics tragic as I am, I'm very appreciative, Bruce, of the parquet floor. Anytime I see a parquet floor, my heart warms. I love it.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. When I got out there and had a couple shots, the jumper was flowing, and
you were knocking them down.
Contributed by the floors as well. But particularly with that little touch at the end of the shot.
All right. I want to remind everybody, remember to check out the Game Time Sydney Kings Twitter feed on @SydneyKings. Check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/Sydney Kings. And don't forget to visit the Sydney Kings website, www.sydneykings.com. Also, remember the NBL website, www.nbl.com.au. NBL, bring it. And for those watching us in Sydney, just want to remind everybody, memberships for the season are on sale now for as little as $100 for a 5-game package. Go to sydneykings.com or call the Sydney Kings membership team on 0297460828 for more information. And it's going to be a great year. I encourage everyone to get a membership. However, if you are just interested in single game tickets, they are on sale now. Please go to www.ticketek.com. Both teams about to be introduced to this crowd that's rapidly filling, that also includes head coach of the Cairns Taipans, Aaron Fern, who's checking out his 2 blitz opponents. Cairns will be playing Perth and Sydney over the weekend.
Yes, doing some early scouting, as you do with coaches. You know, anytime you feel you can get just a little edge, you take advantage of it.
And of course, as customary on Sydney Kings TV, it's time to do our shout-outs. Firstly, from me to Mitch Ivey of Tune FM in Armidale. Again, great to be partnering with Tune FM for another season. Of course, my beautiful girl, Rachel Coxon, and who's in Sydney right now. We just got a bit of an introduction from the president of the Ipswich Basketball Association here in the background. Just thanking everybody for attending the game. So I also want to give a bit of a shout out to the Rosen clan. Brad Rosen will be joining us for the NBL Blitz. He'll be commentating alongside Bruce and myself all 8 games starting tomorrow night, coming to you live from the historic Auchenflower Stadium in Brisbane. And say hi to Brad, Nicky, Brooke, Hayden and Cooper. Of course, Wazza, Linda Rosen and Jordan Rosen. And also a special shout out to the Wildcats' #1 fan, the one and only Simon Devlin. I think he's more famous than some of the players, quite frankly, Bruce. He's hard to miss. He's a good man. So, Mr. Devlin, I hope you enjoy the action. And of course, wouldn't be a shout out without saying a big hello to Eric Barrett up in the Central Coast. And for those Perth people who don't know Eric, he's a young man who suffers from cerebral palsy. He's done a fantastic job in dealing with all of that. He's climbing the Harbour Bridge for charity next month, around about the time of his 16th birthday. It's a fantastic thing. He's doing it for charity. So if you want to donate, I urge everybody to go to his website, www.ericsgiveback.com. That's ERICSGIVEBACK.com.au. It's a great cause and Eric does tremendous work. So to all of you, thanks very much for joining us, and I hope you enjoy our coverage. And Bruce, I'm wondering if your young man is watching in Sydney tonight, or is he resting? I speak, of course, of Jonah Bolden.
Yeah, now shout out to him. Shout out to the Flintstone family back in Flint, Michigan. A big shout out to the NBL fans out there. I think this weekend is going to be a great opportunity for the fans to kick back, watch this stream. Being called by myself, you and Brad Rosen. Be a great chance to see all the action, the imports that are coming through the NBL right now. The likes of the Perth Wildcats, who we know is going to be up there again. The Melbourne United, which is the first I've said that, and probably since they decided to change the name. But an opportunity for the NBL fans to really clinch into the live stream for this weekend.
Okay, we're just going to pause for the national anthem. Advanced Australia Fair. And both teams just huddling up here. We've got, again, 3 minutes to go. And Bruce, one thing, partner, we kind of touched on just looking at these Wildcats is I think there's been some significant weight training going on in the off-season, because if anything they look much bigger than they did last season.
They do, and at the right time of the year, you know, and I think that's part of that culture where those guys get together, put their head down and work hard as a group, because it's something that's been successful for them, and they buy in it pretty easily.
Another interesting member of this huge Wildcat bench tonight is Paul Woolpert, ex-Townsville Crocodiles coach, and of course has had a long association with Trevor Gleeson, and has taken over the club while Trevor was in Spain for World Cup duties as an assistant coach with the Boomers.
Yeah, I'm sure, you know, him and Trevor had a good long chat before Trevor's commitments made him leave. Probably wanted to keep things moving forward, you know, building toward you know, this weekend. I'm sure this probably was a goal that they sort of want to build toward, and after this weekend, continue on from there. But it's good to see him back in the league, you know, and I guess on a team like Perth Wildcats, why wouldn't you be?
Such a great club, and really the gold standard for NBL franchises. There is no question about it. And you know, I just have to pay tribute to these amazing fans in Perth for what they did last year. You know, the first time in history. You know, the last couple of years they've averaged over 10,000. It's just under 10,000 a game, Bruce. It's
very impressive.
Even in the golden age, which you were, of course, were a part of, right in the middle of it. We never saw anything like this.
No, it was. I was amazed at how they really got behind the players. You know, had a sea of red. So I'm expecting some Twitter hits from the Red Army to let us know that they're listening in, watching, giving us some shout-outs.
Absolutely. All right, we've got about just over a minute to go. And we had a visit from the referees commissioner, Mal Cooper, ex-great referee, Hollywood, the one and only. Just talking about this game is under full NBL rules tonight. So video review system is in operation if needed. The points of emphasis, the flopping technical foul, now that really is being emphasised, Bruce. You know, the charge block call, if it's close, a 50-50 call, it's a blocking foul. And obviously no hands on the ball carrier, which they brought in last year. I mean, it's good that he implemented that tonight, and I assume that's going to carry over into the blitz. And he's got his partner in crime with him over there too, Ray Hunt, who is a veteran. We're going really old school. With Ray.
They both got.
There they are at centre court.
Got the signature mustache.
Oh, he's got the best seat in the house, Bruce.
Good to go.
Wouldn't expect anything else from Hollywood.
Well, a couple of cameras probably help.
Both teams coming out. As we said, Wildcats starting with Jermaine Beale, Damian Martin, Greg Heyer, Matty Knight and Sean Redditch. Kings going with Kendrick Perry, Ben Madgen, Kevin White, Tom Garlop and Josh Dunker. They step to centre court, and here we go. It'll be Matt Knight jumping centre against Josh Dunker. We're underway. Wildcats control the tip, and here's the 4-time reigning Defensive Player of the Year, Damian Martin. Kings started man. They're looking for Knight in the post. He goes to work against Garlop. Matty Knight, right-hand hook shot, rolls in.
I noticed Josh Dunker got a little shoulder injury in that jump. I don't know if his hand got caught underneath Matt Knight or what, but he seemed to have worked it off.
Damian Martin already giving Perry some toughness defensively. Quick pass, Kevin White, they leave him open, and he knocks it down for 3. And that is the shot he's got to hit, because the Wildcats are going to make him prove it to them all night long.
Well, it's good first possession for both teams, and that's how you want to start the game.
Here's Knight looking for Heyer, can't find him. Now Beale on the curl. It's a pick from Redditch. And now we've got a foul underneath. They're going to call it on White, I believe.
Yeah.
It is.
Not exactly sure about that. They both look battling. I mean, first play of the game like that, you might want to give the players a quick little warning.
First foul for Kevin. First team foul. Redditch looking down low to Hire, finds him with a mismatch, a lot bigger than Madgen. Redditch just fires away, no good. Good rebound from White, out-battled Hire for the board, and here come the Kings. Madgen stops, pops, short, rebound Hire.
I would have liked him to pass that ball into Tom Gollop, who had Redditch posted up.
Kings staying in a man. Here's the ultra-efficient Redditch, now Martin. Looking for Redditch on the give and go, and they got the mismatch.
Yeah.
They got the switch.
Yeah.
Perry was on. Redditch could do nothing more than fouling him.
Well, that's the problem at the moment, because Redditch is pretty smart at keeping the player that switched behind him. And that was where Kevin White got caught on that, and just now Kendrick Perry got caught on that.
Good defense by Dunker, knocks it away. Wildcats will retain possession. 14 on the shot clock, 8:28 on the game clock. In the opening period here from Ipswich. Matt McQuaid and Bruce Bolden with you on Sydney Kings TV. High's got a wide open look at three and cashes it in. And that's the part of his game, Bruce, that's really developed over the last couple of years.
Yeah, no question about that one.
Wildcats lead is 2. Tommy Garlop back to Madgen. Madgen, baseline, J.A., top of the backboard, misses. Here come the Cats, they're running. Kings are back. Nice pass from Redditch to Hyde to Beale. And they're going to set it up. Redditch, great position inside. Matt Knight, poor pass.
Yeah, it
Kings
was.
come away with it.
Very lucky.
Here's Perry. Redditch jumps out at him. Still Perry attacks Beale, who strips it. What a play by Beale. Kings retain possession, 16 on the shot clock.
Yeah, probably would have been better off just sort of coming out and calling an offense on that one.
Kings looking. Here's Garlop. Redditch steps to him, and Damien Martin just gets his hand in the caught in the cookie jar a little bit.
Yeah, a couple of soft fouls early on.
Yeah, this is a great experience for Kendrick Perry. He's never seen anything like Damien Martin, I guarantee it.
No. I tell you what, you know, you think the players are under a little bit of pressure. How about the referees with Mel and
overlooking them?
Yeah.
8 on the shot clock. White gets another open look at the three. That's short this time. Big rebound, Matty Knight. Here come the Cats. Bill putting pressure up the floor as he did so well last season. To get it in the block to Knight. He's going to operate against Dunker. Spin move, turnaround, yes!
Tough.
Just
nice
too tough from Matty Knight.
Yeah.
And the Wildcats lead is 4. It's 7-3. They're looking for Dunker. He's trying to establish position.
Yeah,
Knight's so strong on the block.
Yeah, he had a good target. That's why a little upset that he didn't get the ball.
White's going to attack high, but great defense. Greg gives it instead to Garlop, and he knocks down a foul line jumper.
Nice mid-range shot.
7-5. 6:48 left in the opening period here from Ipswich. Kings content to stay in man. Higher dumps it down low. Good pass to Knight. Inside Redditch. Redditch banker. No good. Too long off the iron. Here comes Perry. Perry explodes to the hoop. Perry with a right hand. Wild shot. No good. And knocked out of bounds. They say to the Wildcats. Perry complaining he was fouled there. It looked like he did get bumped a couple of times on the way to the
Yeah, it was
basket.
a little bit of contact, but he was probably trying to create something out of nothing.
Wildcats looking to go inside at every opportunity here, Bruce. Really looking to attack the Kings in the middle. There's Matty Knight again in the low block with Dunker. Knight stepped through and short. Oh, gets his own rebound, but he was out of bounds.
Yeah, it was a nice move by Matty.
Oh, super play
Very
by
nice.
Knight. Just missed it. And now Jesse Wagstaff's going to come in at the next stoppage. Ben Madgen. Guarded by Beale. Finds Perry. Perry with a wide open look, and it's long. Rebound higher. Redditch sprinting down the lane and runs into White, and that's a blocking foul on Kevin White. That'll be his second personal foul, and that'll cause Sydney coach Damien Cotter to go to his bench. Daniel Joyce will come into the game to replace White, who sits with 2 fouls and 3 points.
Yeah, that makes the Kings a lot smaller now. So Perth is have substituted.
Mulo's come into the game
to
replace Damien Martin. He's the young man. Interesting situation for him, being cut 1 week and in the team the next. Beal up fakes. Good defense by Dunker. Goes it to Mo. I'll get his name right eventually. Mo scores off the window. Great drive.
Yeah, it was a nice move.
And the Cats lead by 4. It's Perth 9, Sydney 5. 5:30 left in the opening period. Madgen finds Perry. Mo recovers very well. Gets a pick from Dunker. Still Perry. Now kicks it. Garlop inside to Dunker. Dunker spin move. Launches one. It's long. Oh, Garlop knocks it.
Yeah, unlucky.
Unfortunately to Miro. And here come the Cats. Beal just hesitates. Loses it. Hire gets it back. Banks it. No good. Rebound. Matty Knight. So strong in the block. And Knight scores. So Knight doing the job. It's 11-5. Kings content to pass around the perimeter now. Dunker trying to establish position in the block, and he's fouled by Knight. And Knight sits, replaced by Tom Jervis.
It's important possession right here for the Kings.
Cody Ellis into the ball game as Tom Garlop takes the seat. And again, this ferocious Wildcat D. It's only pre-season, but
that's how they play.
They're up and in.
They don't play any other way. It's been successful over the years, so why not stay with it?
Ellis attacks the hoop on Wagstaff, scored and the foul. Great drive by Cody Ellis against his hometown team.
And we are continuing to see more and more of him penetrating to the basket. We spoke about that earlier, and he has added that to his repertoire, which is great to see. And you know, it's going to loosen up the outside jumpers for him.
He was strictly a pick and pop guy last year, Bruce, but we've seen it in this preseason. He's been in attack mode pretty much from day one. 3-point play to Cody Ellis. It's 11-8 to the Wildcats. 4:38 left in the opening period. Beal now with Perry defending him. Here's Jesse Wagstaff. Steps to a triple. Bang! And he is just so dangerous when he sets his feet, Bruce.
Yeah.
Oh, now throws it away. It's Perry, but they throw it away. Poor pass. And here's Beal on the break. He's looking for the big Jervis. Got a huge size advantage. Somehow Perry gets a hand on it. Jervis, just at 7 foot tall, gets it back and scores. Timeout Sydney, and the Wildcats have jumped out to a 16-8 lead. 4:07 left in the opening period.
Well, I think that started from Kendrick passing the ball to one of his teammates that wasn't even looking. So I'm not exactly sure his reason behind that. He's going to have to understand. Perth Wildcats are going to pressure him like they do everyone. They're not pressuring him because he's a new import. They're pressuring him because that's how they play. They're going to test him. He's going to need to make the adjustment from this point on.
This aggressive Wildcat D, I mean, as great as it is, there are ways to beat it, Bruce. We saw Cody Ellis said that was one of the ways. You really have to be aggressive yourself and attack it.
You do, and that was one of the points I said at the start of the game. The Kings need to execute as best as they possibly can, because the more Perth have to take the ball out, the less opportunities they have to put that pressure on them. Now, at the same time, a good possession could be where they've passed the ball around 5 or 6 times, got to the basket, missed the shot, but it's only about 2 or 3 seconds left on the clock, and Perth Wildcats can't continue to flow like they would on a forced shot or turnover.
Sydney are going to go small here. They're going to play Tommy Garlop at the 5, Cody Ellis at the 4.
Very small.
And Perry, Madgen and Joyce out there with Dunker on the bench. Of course, again, Kings without Angus Brandt or Josh Childress for tonight's game. Wildcats without DeAndre Daniels. Here's Madgen. He's got a good look. He launches it. He's got it.
Nice.
3 for Ben Madgen. Better offense from the Kings. They found the open man, and Madgen cashed in.
Well, now look what you see. Perth are taking the ball out. So it's effective that way. You just got to have a little bit more patience and don't get rattled with the pressure that Perth is going to give you each and every possession.
Tom Jervis, so impressive last year, finds Wagstaff. Ellis jumps out to him this time, and now there's an offensive foul. They've got Greg Hire for a moving screen.
Yeah.
And that'll be the Wildcats' 4th team foul in the period. One more and they'll be in the penalty. Wildcats again in that man of theirs. Here's Garlop on Jervis. You'd like to see him attack the big man and test his lateral movement. Here's Madgen now getting a pick from Garlop. Gets it back to Garlop on the give and go. Garlop, baseline, jumper in the air, and that's good.
Nice move.
And Tom Garlop helping the Kings back into this. It's 16-13. Now Beale attacks the hoop, and an offensive foul. Perry was there. Good defense, Kendrick Perry. And he got run over by Jermaine Beale.
It was good defense.
And now it'll be Jason Cadee to come into the game to replace Perry, who's had his struggles early in that first period, Bruce.
Yeah, he certainly did.
Again, great pressure from the Cats, but the Kings break a Drake Yu in the game now. Defending Madgen. Wildcats going into their bench. Here's Madgen. Gets a pick from Ellis. Madgen goes hard to the rack. And Bruce, the last couple of possessions, Kings looking to be much more aggressive, attacking this great Wildcat D.
Not only aggressive, they've also been have maintained their composure and been pretty precise as to what they want to get out of each possession instead of that hurry-up offense.
That's the great thing about the Cats' defense, Bruce. They do make you speed up. They want you to play it up tempo.
That's right.
That just means more opportunities for them down the floor.
That's exactly right. You know, they speed up the game, which is their tempo.
Madgen makes the first and the second. The Kings were down by 8, and since that timeout, they're on a 7-0 run, and referee Vaughan Mayberry is going to ask Matty Ngmuo and Ben Madgen to cool it. It's a little bit of trash talking going on there, I believe.
Let him play.
But now it's the Kings' turn to put some pressure on. Cadee will take on Damien Martin, one of the all-time greats in this league. Here's Damien. Finds Wagstaff. He's got another look at a three. It's long this time. Big rebound. Garlop just ripped it down. Here comes Joyce. To Garlop. Garlop again going hard at Jervis and caught and draws the foul. And that's exactly what I said. Garlop identified it, went at it, earned himself a trip to the line. And the Kings on a 7-0 run right now, Bruce, and they're doing a good job defensively.
Well, see, Garlop got the rebound, so that means he was a trailing big man. Now, Jarvis knew that he had to get up on Tommy as in the trail because Tommy could hit the mid-range jump shot. He just did that a couple of possessions ago, so he had to come up. Tommy realized it and attacked the basket and drew the foul.
Timeout called by Wildcat coach Trevor Gleeson. And one of the things we've talked about, Bruce, it's been a pretty consistent theme throughout the preseason for the Kings, is the way they respond. You know, every challenge that they've had so far, and again, they've only played the one NBL team, the Hawks, of course, so you temper your enthusiasm a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's good to see that attitude where last year, perhaps they, you know, if other teams challenged them and put the heat on, there were times where, let's face it, they did fold. But it's good to see that mindset, that mentality, at least in the preseason, is there.
Well, I mean, I think hopefully they learned from last year. You know, in this year where one, they might have a little bit more confidence within themselves when they do, when there is a 7 or 8-0 run by the opposition, just to keep their composure, claw their way back with some patience, and close that gap as they've done now. At the free throw line, they're down by 1 point.
Garlop, who's been instrumental in this run, there's an opportunity to give Sydney the lead. First one is nothing but net. And second one coming up for Tom. And back iron, no good. Somehow Daniel Joyce gets the O board and the Kings will reset.
Just being active, right place, right time.
Ellis with Wagstaff slapping at the ball. Here's Garlop. They're looking for Madgen on a curl. They find him. Madgen goes into the paint. Left-hand shot is short. Rebound Jarvis. Now Joyce has the task, thankless task of defending Damien Martin. 12 on the shot clock. Here's Muo. Good defense by Madgen, steps to it. Now Jervis looking to go to work inside. Slapped away, great play that time. They get a hand at it. Here's Jason Cadee. Stops from 3, pulls up short. Offensive rebound, Garlop. He's in everything right now. Kicks it out. Cody Ellis. Baseline jumper, and it's long. Rebound, Wagstaff. Kings getting some good looks there, Bruce. Just can't cash in.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I sort of thought that Jason probably was a little gun-ho on that shot, but they had three good looks.
Ooh, Tom Jervis, travel, got away with it. Here's Damo for 3. That's way off. Offensive rebound, Wagstaff. Kings get a hand on it again. Magin rebound, foul Muir. Magin will go 90 feet to the other end of the floor and shoot 2. And the Wildcats about to get some of their starters back in the game, and Sean Redditch and Matt Knight come in to replace Tom Jarvis and Manny Anuo. I think Coach Gleeson would be very happy with the play of his reserves, Bruce. The Wildcats got out to a 16-8 lead, and the Kings have really shut them down in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, they did, and I think that's why he made the change. So he's gone back with some of the starters, and they're a lot bigger as well. So need to monitor this next minute and a half from a rebounding point of view, because Perth definitely has the size advantage. Magin's 2 free throws give the Kings a 2-point lead, 18-16. They're on a 10-0 run right now. And here's Yu, who's really bulked up. Just a wild shot. Poor decision by Yu. And here come the Kings. 1:10 left in the first period. Ellis setting a pick for Cadee. Now finds Garlop. Garlop just stops, fires, swish! Good look.
Tom Garlop, what a quarter he's having. And the Kings are on a 12-0 run, and they lead by 4. It's 20-16 with 50 seconds left. Martin, Kings are in a zone. Lob pass to Knight. Knight so tough inside, scores
nice
off the window. Comes off the bench and immediately has an impact.
Nice strong finish.
20-18, 34 seconds left. Knight breaks the 12-0 run. Wildcats falling back into a bit of a zone here. Here's Cadee. Nice pass inside. Ellis up fakes. Ellis knocked away by Jesse Wagstaff. What a play, but the Kings recover. Garlop, spin move, floater, no good. Rebound, Ellis fighting. Wagstaff saves it brilliantly. And unfortunately, Damien Martin fumbled it. Jesse was on the floor, but he was out of bounds. But
that was a helter-skelter possession there.
Bruce, good intensity by both teams in that possession for preseason.
Very good intensity. You know, these guys. Hey, these guys are, you know, they're switched on. They want to play tonight. You know, they know that this is their last opportunity to play before the blitz. The Kings know they're going up against Perth. There's only one way that Perth play. So I'm liking this first quarter intensity.
Here's Cadee looking to inbound. 11 seconds left on the shot clock, on the game clock. Kings playing for the last shot. Joyce, Magin, wide open, pulls up, 3, in and out. Rebound Wagstaff this time. Damien Martin, three-quarter court shot in the way, and it's no good. But that's the end of the period, in a very interesting opening period. Wildcats dominating the first 5 minutes, and then a timeout from Damien Cotter had the desired impact. And after one, it's the Sydney Kings 20, the Perth Wildcats 18. We're going to take a 30-second break, and we'll be right back with you. Stay with us. You're watching Sydney Kings basketball on Sydney Kings TV.
Okay, can you stop? Okay, press the button again. Okay, good.
Don't forget, tonight we've got the barbecue running just outside the main doors. Also, the canteens in full swing, hot chips, drinks, whatever you need. And we've also got some fantastic raffle prizes, so make sure you get some raffle tickets. The raffle will be drawn at the end of the game tonight, just before all the players from the Kings and the Wildcats spend a little while signing some merchandise.
Welcome back to Ipswich. And that score again, the Kings 20, the Wildcats 18. Just run through quickly the quarter time stats for you. The Kings shooting just 32%, 6 of 19, but they're 6 of 7 from the free throw line for their 20 points. They're led by Ben Madgen, who has 7 points, only 1 of 5 from the field, but he's 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Tom Garlop, tremendous in that period. He's got 7 points on 3 of 4 shooting with 3 rebounds. Kevin White and Cody Ellis with 3 apiece. For the Wildcats, they shoot 44% in the opening period, 8 of 18. Haven't been to the free throw line yet, interestingly enough. 2 of 5 from 3. They're led by Matt Knight, who's been, again, he's been outstanding. 8 points on 4 of 5 shooting, just a powerhouse down low, and 4 rebounds. And then Jesse Wagstaff has that triple, and Greg Heyer has 3 as well. Rebound count favouring the Kings 13-8, Bruce, and that's a good stat considering they're without Brent and Childress tonight.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Very good first quarter.
Underway in the second. Kadee, Knight jumps out on the switch. Kadee inside to Garlop. Garlop stroked by who else? Damien Martin. The Kings get it back. Joyce to Garlop. 5 on the shot clock. Launches it short. Rebound, Martin. Here come the Wildcats. Anthony Fisher in the ball game now, their development player. Nice pass to Redditch. Good pass. And now we've got an unsportsmanlike foul has been called on Sean Redditch, who looked for Matt Knight inside. And I don't think he's going to be pleased. It's an unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see exactly how.
He definitely grabbed him, Bruce, but whether or not.
Well, it's that attempt thing. So are you grabbing him or are you attempting
to strip the ball?
Yeah.
I don't think he was going for the ball, so that's the referee's call. Garlop doesn't make him pay, misses the free throw. He'll have one more, and Kings will have possession. Second free throw was good. Garlop with 8 points in the game. Ties Matt Knight as the game-leading scorer. Kings by 3.
It's a good opportunity for the Kings to continue on from the first quarter. You know, they have the momentum going at the moment.
Joyce playing big minutes tonight. Kings as undermanned as they are now. Kadee throws it away. Joyce zigged when he should have zagged, and they throw it away. Turnover, Wildcat possession. Kings, again, good to see the Kings showing some pressure. They managed to find Fisher, very famous name in Perth Wildcat basketball lore, of course. Gets it down low to Knight. Knight going to work against Garlop. Turns in the lane, fires and scores. Matt Knight, 5 of 6 from the field, and it's 21-20.
Tough.
Here's Madgen looking for Kadee. Kadee goes into the paint and he's fouled. Puts up a shot, no good, but
I like
Kadee's going to the line.
Yeah, I like the fact that he was aggressive in that particular position. And also, it wasn't him that was starting the offense, which gave him an opportunity to be in a scoring position.
Kendrick Perry about to enter the ball game to replace Joyce, who did a nice job when he was out there, Bruce.
Yeah, very serviceable.
Here's Jason Kadee. Talk about your famous basketball families.
Yeah.
This young man's parents both played for Australia. It doesn't get much better than that. Both free throws good for Kadee. The Kings back out by 3, 23-20 in the early stages of the second period. Martin getting a pick. Kings back in man. Looking for a Redditch on the, Wagstaff on the curl.
Tough.
Jesse Wagstaff fades away and hits it. That's a tough shot.
Yeah, it was tough.
23-22. 8:23 left in this first half here from Ipswich. Matt McQuaid and Bruce Bolden with you on Sydney Kings TV tonight. And now we've got a foul off the ball. And they've called it on the youngster.
Yeah, that probably was a rookie call because he's very, very soft.
Trevor Gleeson questioning the call with the officials, not very happy. And it'll be Kadee to inbound. 14 on the shot clock. They're looking for Perry, but he's tracked down by Martin. Perry finds Madgen. Madgen's got a wide open look at 3! Ben Madgen hits it. His second field goal. and he's got 10, and it's 26-22. Here's Damien Martin. Redditch, they swing it around the perimeter. Fisher, Redditch, dumps it down low, super feed, breakdown defensively.
Yeah, it was. It
and
definitely
Redditch made them play.
Very much breakdown. Tommy must have thought that was a switch was going to happen.
Matt Knight now 6 of 7 from the field. He's doing the job. Garlop, huge pick on Martin, and Kadee knocks down the 3. Back-to-back threes from Sydney, and they lead by 5, 29-24. Kings fall back into this zone they've done very well with in this preseason so far.
Yeah.
Wagstaff dumps it down low to Knight. Quick pass to Martin, to Fisher, back to Martin. Martin, great pass inside to Redditch, fumbles it, gets it back short. Great look by Martin. Oh, and what a super play. It's a great play by Fisher. Perry's down, he's hurt on the floor. Fisher picked it and drew the foul from Kendrick Perry. He's back up though. Yeah,
that's one where he's going to have to take note that those opportunities that he think is there, that are 50-50, they're not there.
Especially against this team, Bruce.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter that Anthony Fisher's a development player, he's in this program.
That's right. They would have seen Kendrick in the video session.
Knight inside, tries to find Redditch, but knocked away. Still Perth possession, 13 on the shot clock. Wildcats down by 5, 29-24. It'll be Beal to inbound. Nice pass to Wagstaff, reverse layup, good.
Wow.
So a cutting Wagstaff, and now there's a foul by Redditch in the backcourt. He's been called for a holding foul, and that's his second foul. And Trevor Gleeson just shakes his head ruefully at that call.
Well, it was a foul. There's no question about that one. Maybe he was upset with Redditch for a foul not being smart.
Imagine how isolated against Knight. Attacks him, Knight moves his feet, but not quickly enough. And Imagine draws the foul and will go to the line, and he's been living on the foul line in this game so far, Bruce.
Yeah, that good move. He recognized that he had a mismatch there and attacked the basket, got the foul, and nearly the end one.
The thing about Perth is they don't care. They will switch every middle pick and roll.
Yes.
We've talked about how tough that is to guard, but it's never been an issue for this team because they're so mobile and they're so big, and they play their rules so well. Imagine misses his first.
Yeah, not only that too, they know that the teammates on the other side has got their back.
Second free throw for the Sydney Kings captain, and he hits it. 30-26, 6:30 left to half time here. Fine. Wagstaff, nice pass to Knight. Knight turns, fires, and misses that time. Rebound Ellis. Here comes Kadee. Kadee changes gears, loses it. Left his feet. Martin ahead of the pack. Here's Wagstaff all the way in. Reverse layup is good. Timeout, Sydney. Damien Cotter wasting no time there. And the Wildcats are edging their way back into this. It's Sydney 30, Perth 28. And Bruce, just a couple of poor decisions over the last minute or so from the Kings.
Yeah, well, you had the charge there with Kendrick, and then you had Jason just now trying to, thought he might have saw a little gap, but those 50-50 ones, you got to understand when you are controlling the tempo of the game, it's probably better to sort of bring the ball out, make Perth play some defense for 10 to 12 seconds. That way, in the long run, it's probably to your advantage. But the more you force things and cause Perth to get a charge from it, or a forced shot, or a quick shot, the momentum starts swinging back in Perth's favor as it is right now.
And Matt Knight has just been an absolute powerhouse, and a healthy Matt Knight, that generally means nothing but good things for the Perth Wildcats.
Well, they're going to have to think about maybe a heads down on him so he don't feel so comfortable when he has the ball, because at the moment, one-on-one down there, there's no one stopping him.
Wildcats are going to show press out of this timeout. And the Kings going with Ellis and Garlop in the front line. Now they try and trap Perry, but his speed too much to Kadee, and they're going to set it up.
Yeah.
Jason deciding then just to control things a little bit. 11 on the shot clock. Here's Perry. Crossover. Perry, great defense by Hire, makes him take a tough shot, and there's a foul the other way as Matt Knight falls to the floor. And Kendrick Perry so far is learning a very interesting lesson, Bruce.
Well, the lesson he needs to learn is don't force the game, let it come to him, because that was a forced shot where he was hoping the referee would bail him out, and he didn't.
Knight finds Beal. Didn't see too much of Jermaine so far, but we know how tough he is. We're going to a man, and there's a foul underneath. Gallup just a little too physical with Matty Knight. They call the foul on Tom. That's his second. And team's fourth. Check that team's third. Beal to inbound, and Ellis saves it nicely to Perry. What a play. Here's Perry in transition to Kadee. Imagine, wide open, corner three, and it's short. Oh, what a rebound by Greg Hire. Terrific box out. Here comes, that's the other way. Beal's running. Beal stops, pops, yes. And we saw that a lot this year, Bruce. Last season, I should say.
Yes.
And the Wildcats are back in front, 31-30.
Man, I just noticed that Josh Dorker wasn't on the court, and looked down at the bench. He's got ice on his shoulder.
Yeah, it's not good news for the Kings.
No.
You did mention that he looked like he hurt it on that jump ball, and now they throw it away. Stolen by Hire. Imagine was looking for Gallup, threw it away. The Wildcats with the momentum. Knight has a huge mismatch with Kadee. Wagstaff going to work. Now great pass at Hire. Knight finishes off the window.
Too easy going up against Jason.
And it's 33-30. 7-0 run from the Wildcats. Here's Gallup. Looking for Madgen. Can't find him. High rules all over him. Now Madgen getting a pick. Isolated against Knight. Knight sticking right with him. 5 on the shot clock. He's just going to launch it. And it's short. Ellis tracks down the O boards. And they'll reset. Perry, wide open triple. Yes! And the Sydney Kings needed that.
Yeah, and Perry needed that as well.
Breaks the run, and now wide open look from Damian Martin is no good. Rebound Sydney. Score tied at 33. Just under 4 minutes left in the first half here from Ipswich. We're about to see development player Madol Chol come into the game for the first time. Now Gallup, and Knight has fouled him, and I believe that's Knight's third personal foul. And it is. So he has to take a seat, replaced by Tom Jervis. That's a big call.
Yeah, both teams are having to manage their big men by way of fouls and injuries.
Yeah, Dunker has that shoulder very, very heavily taped up with ice. I hope that's, again, just a bit of a mild sprain. Because they're really down on big men without Angus Brand, who's he's doubtful for the blitz. They're not sure if he will play. Gallup makes both free throws to give the Kings a 2-point lead. It's 35-33, 3:44 left to half time. Damian Martin, Kings are in a zone. Beal looks at 3, turns it down. Now Martin, they're backing right off him. Beal has a great look at 3, that's long this time. Wagstaff tracks down the O board. Here's Jarvis in the low block. Jarvis goes to work with the left hand, is short with it. Rebound Gallup, here come the Kings. Damian Martin just steps right to Gallup, forces him to give the ball up. He is such a terror defensively. Nice no-look pass from Perry to Gallup, and he finished for 2.
Very good look by Kendrick.
That's what you want to see, Bruce.
Yes.
37-33, 3 minutes left in the half. Here's Beal, crossover a couple of times. Higher, back to Beal. To Jervis, nice pass inside to Wagstaff. Goes for the reverse, misses that time. Gleason claiming a foul. Wagstaff just lost his bandana for now on the floor. With Perry. Gallup calling the play. 10 on the shot clock. They're looking for Madgen. They can't find him. Here's Gallup. Guarded by Wagstaff. 5 on the shot clock, and there's a foul. Damien Martin just a little too aggressive on that pick and roll situation. And that'll send the Kings to the line. Scarlett is going to take a seat replaced by Ellis.
Keep going. Round of applause for our floor wipers.
Now, see, that was a good possession of Matt. Reason being is, you know, they had some patience, got the ball through some hands, and ended up with a free throw shot there by Match.
Imagine, again, just really aggressive, and it's good to see he's not necessarily settling for the outside shot.
No.
He's looking to put some heat on this tremendous Wildcat D. He makes the first as the Sydney Kings captain. And the second. And the Kings have pushed out to their biggest lead of the game, 6 points. It's 39-33. 2:23 left to halftime here at Ipswich. And now we've got a foul off the ball, and Madal Chol is going to be called for it. Too physical with Greg Hire that time.
Yeah.
Kings with 14 fouls in the period. They'll be in the penalty the next time out. He's Hire. Guarded by the very long Chol, and now Chol has been called for another foul. And
he's got to be smart about it. He's going to realize there's a way that you play in this league, and your energy is not the way you play. You got to be smart with it. And he can't bang with
right in front of the referee, Bruce. I mean, that was pretty obvious.
Yeah.
And it'll be Greg Hire as a result to go to the line for 2.
You know what? And Greg is smart enough to bait the rookie into that.
Makes the first. Really one of the most improved players. Such a key contributor for this ball club.
Yes, no question about it.
And misses the second. Rebound, Ellis. And here's Perry. Wildcats looking to double. Perry almost loses it, picks it back up. Martin just all over him. 14 on the shot clock. Perry and Martin just going at it off the ball here. Martin just tracking him down. Now he switches off to Madgen. White finds Madgen on the curl. Madgen going baseline. Nice pass inside to Ellis. Layup is good. What a play. Super pass by Ben Madgen, and Ellis finished. 7-point lead, 41-34. 1:45 left to halftime here.
Kings are sticking with the...
Oh, Tom Jervis just absolutely smashed Kendrick Perry with a back pick and was called for the foul, and it was none too subtle, Bruce.
Yes, not subtle at all from someone that's 6'10".
At least 6'10". He is a big unit, is Tom Jervis. A terrific season last season.
Yeah, he did.
Really underrated in the Wildcats championship win. Kadee with possession. Now finds Kevin White. Oh, Beal slips over right in front of us. White kicks out, throws it away. Poor pass. Right in the hands of Yu. Martin looking down low to Jervis. Finds Hire initially. Now they get it back to Jervis, and now the referees are... It's quite a humid night here in Queensland. It's in the mid-20s. Air conditioning is working, flopping. Thank goodness. And that was a warning for flopping, but it also looked like there's definitely a lot of sweat on the floor.
Yeah.
But thankfully the air conditioning is working now, which is nice, Bruce, because it certainly wasn't when we got here, partner.
Yeah, it was
about
a nice
4 hours before game time.
Nice, hot ball type weather.
Now they inbound the ball. Jervis, Martin. Kings going to stay in this zone. They find Hire, dumps it down low to Jarvis, and there's a pushing foul on Cody Ellis underneath. And that'll send Tom Jarvis to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, Kings are struggling with the interior defense.
The zone has done really well. Damien Cotter has just sort of talked about the need. I don't know if you just heard that from the mic, and there's no ball pressure, and that's one way you can kind of stop those interior feeds, because right now they're just hitting guys cutting through the middle with impunity.
Yeah.
And it's only the Wildcats are struggling to convert that's keeping the Kings in front. Jarvis no good on the second. Rebound tapped out to Kadee. Kadee's going to set up a play with Damien Martin all over him. Now White left side finds Chol. Chol travelled, got away with it. Finds Kadee. Kadee with 12 on the shot clock. to Madgen. Madgen, great defence, Beale,
Yeah,
forces him to give it up. Now Kadee with 5, with 4. He's going to have to get it up. He drives. He finds White for 3. Kevin
Nice
White
shot.
knocks it down. And the Kings lead is now 9, 44-35. So it's the prove it to me shot every NBL club will use against Kevin White. Are you going to hit the 3? Now, offensive rebound from high. He throws it up, no good. And the Kings will have the ball for the last shot. Leading by 9. Now, I looked away, Bruce. What have we got here?
Well, Kevin White lost his shoe, and he was asking the referee to
right.
stop the game for him. But instead, Kevin just threw his shoe out in front of everyone. Smart heads-up play. I mean, the referee looked at him and didn't do anything, so why not?
16 seconds left to halftime. Shot clock has been turned off. And it'll be White to inbound the ball. Finds Kadee.
Perth going to 2-3 zone.
Kadee looking for Madgen, can't find him. Ellis just launches it, top of the key, no good. Poor shot, plenty of time left for the Cats. Here comes Martin. Martin against Madgen. Martin faces up, launches an air ball at the buzzer. And that's it for the first half here from the Cotton On Foundation Stadium in Ipswich. And the score is the Mighty Might Sydney Kings 44, the Perth Wildcats 35. We're going to have halftime stats for you in a moment. But Bruce Bolden, your thoughts on that very intriguing first half?
Well, I like how the last 4 minutes there, how the Kings really controlled the tempo. They had a lot more composure, and they was pretty precise with their offense, which forced Perth to take the ball out of bounds. And Perth just couldn't get going from that. Although Perth were effective each and every time they got the ball inside to Matt Knight or Jervis. It's just that up-tempo game that Perth liked to play in the second quarter there in that last 4 or 5 minutes just wasn't happening.
Just about to get the halftime stats coming through. So we're just going to run through those for you, and then we're going to take a halftime break. Had a 6-minute break, and then we'll be right back with you for the second half. In the first half, the Kings shooting just 40%. They're 12 of 30 from the field, but they have just made a living at the foul line. They are 14 of 17 from the free throw line. I'll talk about the free throw disparity in a moment. They're 6 of 13 from 3, which is a pretty good stat for them. They're led by Ben Madgen, who points. He's only 2 of 8 from the field, but he's 7 of 8 from the free throw line. Single rebound, an assist, and a steal. Tom Garlop has been excellent tonight. 12 points, 4 rebounds, just continuing his fine work in the preseason. Kevin White has hit a couple of threes. He's got 6. Cody Ellis has done some solid work on the boards. He's got 5 points. Jason Medina also with 5. We're just joined by the one and only Big Joe, who's going to be looking after us at the blitz. He's the man. So for the Wildcats, they're shooting 44% from 15 of 34, led by the Matt Knight. Just a tremendous first half from Matt. He's got 14 points on 7 of 9 shooting, 5 rebounds for Matt. He's the only Wildcat in double figures. Jesse Wagstaff had a really good quarter for the Cats. He had 6 in that quarter. He's got 9 to halftime on 4 of 7 shooting and 5 rebounds to lead the Cats. And Jermaine Beale just with the 3, and Tom Jervis also with 3. Damian Martin, 0 of 4 from the field, hasn't scored yet, does have 3 assists, and as usual is doing the job on the defensive glass. Wildcats now take the lead on the rebound count. They're up 19 to 17. Points from turnovers, and not surprisingly, Perth leads that category. They've got 10 points from Sydney's 7 turnovers. They're so deadly when the opposition team makes a mistake. Points in the paint also favouring Perth, and we've talked about that, Bruce. They've been up 20 to 6 in the paint. But the one interesting stat is the Wildcats have only been to the free throw line 4 times in that period, which I don't think Trevor Gleeson's going to be very happy about, considering how much of a focus their inside game has been. I mean, it's not like they're jacking up threes.
Yeah, well, I mean, their points in the paint is good. A lot of their, a lot of their shots are now being affected by the Kings zone. They're pretty stagnant with it. The Kings are, doing a good job at controlling that tempo by forcing Perth to either take the ball out the basket or having to get the rebound after 6 or 7 passes.
Okay, so with that, we are going to take our break. It's going to be 5 minutes, and we will be right back with you from the Cotton On Foundation Stadium in Ipswich. Stay with us. You're watching Sydney Kings basketball on Sydney Kings TV. Welcome back to the Cotton On Foundation Stadium here in Ipswich, Queensland. And that score, the Sydney Kings, the Mighty Might Sydney Kings 44, the Perth Wildcats 35. Just about to get underway in the second half. Big crowd in attendance here, which is great to see. And once again, tomorrow is the start of the NBL Blitz Preseason tournament. We will be covering all 8 games for you live. Full audio and video streaming, starting with the game tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. And you do not want to miss that. We've got a marathon session on Saturday with 4 games. All 8 NBL teams will be competing. And then 2 games to finish off the tournament. And it'll be the Wildcats to start us off. So here we go. Second half action underway here on Sydney Kings TV. Knight finding Redditch. They're looking for Bill. He sets a pick for Greg Hire. Now he gets it back on a pick from Redditch. Redditch bumps White. Beale. Good defense. Cody Ellis has to kick it out to Knight. Beale still isolated against Ellis. Spin move. Ellis stays with him. Great pass to Redditch and he scores. Super play. Jermaine Beale stuck with it. Good patience. Eventually found what he was looking for. And the Wildcats had the first points of the second half as Perry getting some big attention that time from Martin. Now Perry with the ball back. Gallup sets a pick initially. They go away from Perry. So he launches a 3 and he hits it. Big triple from Kendrick Perry, and the Kings lead is double figures for the first time in the ball game. It's Sydney 47, Perth 37, early stages of the third period. Redditch. They're looking for Beale on the pick. White sticking right with him. Now they rub off Perry on a screen. He gets it to Damien Martin, throws up a wild shot that's no good. So Damo's struggling to get anything going offensively at the moment. The Wildcats in this man. Here's Ellis, who's been very, very solid tonight. Perry isolated against Hire. They come to set a pick. Finds Ellis. They're looking for Garland. Can't find him. Now Madgen with 9 on the shot clock. Madgen gets it back. Kevin White once again. Wide open. 3-ball. Long. Offensive rebound. Cody Ellison scored a basket. But Cody Ellis has been so tough on the boards. That's his 6th rebound. And he's got 7. And the Kings lead is 12. 49-37. That night, the Kings go back into a man. Here's Beale. Good defense by Kevin White. Has to give it up to Knight. Knight banks bodies. Goes into the paint. And no good that time with the left hand. Rebound Garlup. Here come the Kings. They're running. Garlup sprinting down the floor. Step through from Garlup. Layup is good. And the Sydney Kings are on the march. They lead by 14. 51-37. Bruce Bolden.
Nice coast-to-coast move by Tommy with the Euro step.
He's higher, double clutch, no good. Knocked out of bounds by Garlup, and the referee saying, no, I got it wrong.
Yes.
It looked like Knight definitely knocked it off. And the Wildcats coach, Trevor Gleeson, has seen enough. 7:41 to go in the third period, and his team is down by 14. And Trevor Gleeson right now, they're not even sitting down. He's just laying down the law on the court. He's furious, Bruce.
Well, he's probably making a point to him that, hey, guys, you know, let's switch on. Let's kick back in the gear because the Kings has come out in the mindset of, you know, taking it at us every opportunity. And it's no excuse for Tommy Garlup to get the ball, get the rebound, and then go coast to coast without someone guarding him.
They have come out flat to start this period. The Kings have responded a 7-2 run. And that was a definite, this is not us timeout.
Yeah.
We are not playing like the Perth Wildcats.
It's true.
And as you said, that Garlup situation, I mean, you just don't see that from this group.
No.
They're far too good defensively and far too tough for that to happen.
And not only you don't see it from that group, from them, you don't see it from opposition's 4-man.
Ellis, they're going to put on a press, so he finds Madgen, now finds Ellis. They break it down. Kings have got numbers here, but Ellis can't see the 2-on-1 opportunity, so the Kings will reset. White to Ellis with Redditch slapping at him. Lays it off to Perry. 9 on the shot clock. Here's Madgen coming off a curl. Fires, back iron, no good. Cody Ellis all over the glass, but attacks it, but he's fouled Greg Hire.
Jeez.
And he's helped up, just questioning the call from the referee there.
Yeah, it was a strange one. I actually thought that Beal gave him a little bump. Anyway, Kings are putting on a little bit of full court pressure.
Just keeping things interesting for the Wildcats up the floor. They call it off. Now they go back into a man. Here's Martin, crosses over, attacks Perry and draws the foul, and that's more like it from Damien Martin.
Yeah, tonight so far, Kendrick just can't get into a groove whatsoever.
It'll be Wildcats to inbound, 14 on the shot clock, 7:07 left in the third period. Sydney leading 50-37. Jason Caddy's about to enter the game. 5 and 8 on the shot clock. Now finds Bill. Pushed over by White. No call. Picks it up. Now Knight in the low block. He's so tough. He just attacks the hoop. Score it and the foul. And you cannot give Matt Knight that seal in the low block. He will punish you every single time.
And that's the problem when he get it down there. He's just getting too good of a position, and the Kings are not doubling down on him. And one-on-one, something's going to happen in Matt's favor each and every time down.
Matt Knight, tremendous first half, and he's now got 16 in the game. He's 8 of 10 from the field, doing a tremendous job. Now at the line for the N1. Knight, free throw, and no good. Rebound Ellis. Cadee is in the game now to replace Kendrick Perry. One's Gallup on the elbow. Gallup looks for the quick step through. Knight stays with him. Gallup, spin move. What a play. Tom Gallup showing he moves. Great footwork, and he scored, and it's back out to 14.
Now, see, Matty's got the ball. Ooh, luckily he gave it up.
Here's Beal, fouled by White, had him beat, all ends up.
I'm actually surprised Matty didn't take it because Tommy's got 3 fouls. Maybe he didn't recognize it.
Daniel Joyce is going to come into the game to replace White, who sits with 3 personal fouls. It'll be High to inbound the ball. Finds Damien Martin, 14 on the shot clock. Here's Beal. Gets it inside now. Beal gets it back from Redditch. Beal pulls up at the foul line, draws the foul from Madgen, who says, yep, that was me. And Jermaine Beal will shoot 2. And this is where the Wildcats would like to even up the score a little bit, Bruce. You know, we talked about this massive free throw disparity at half-time. Wildcats 4 times and the Kings 17 free throw attempts.
Well, it looks to me that Beal has decided to step up his game offensively.
Yeah, he needed to.
Yeah. And you can imagine, you know, after this free throw shot here, the Perk is going to press up, see if they can cause a turnover.
Makes them both.
There it is.
53-41. And as you say, Bruce, straight to the press, but Gallup breaks it. Gallup attacking, and he travels, and that's what happens. They basically make you quicken the tempo.
Yeah.
And that happens so often.
Yeah, put you in 2 frames of mind, and then you just end up making a wrong decision, or as it just happened.
Kings back in his zone, and here's Beal. Great pass tonight, and he misses. Had a look, and I think Tom Gallup might have got a piece of it. And the Kings catch a break that time. Again, great feed by Beal tonight. Here's Ellis now. Ellis attacking the hoop, and he's drawn a foul. And again, Ellis and Gallup, Bruce, is doing the job as this big man tandem for the Kings.
Well, he's recognizing that, you know, that the guy that's guarding him is playing up on him because of the jump shot, attacking the basket with composure.
Cody Ellis will be at the line for 2, and Madol Churl's about to enter the game. And once again, Josh Dunker injuring his shoulder in the very first minute of the game, and he's taken no further part since about the 2-minute mark. Tommy Gallup having a tremendous game. He's going to take a seat. And the youngster Chol with 2 fouls will replace him.
Just need to keep an eye on this score here with
Ellis makes the first. Yeah, crucial time with Gallup out of the game and the youngster, because they are definitely going to go at him.
Yeah.
Ellis so solid tonight. No, he doesn't. In and out. 2 pieces of the iron. Rebound Knight, and the Wildcats will set it up. And the Kings again in this zone. It's giving the Wildcats some problems at times. Damian Martin, wide open 3. That's short. Never looked like it. Rebound Chol. And they are daring Damian Martin to take that shot, and so far he just hasn't been successful. Kadee to Chol. Looking for magic. Can't find him. No. Martin stayed right with him. 8 on the shot clock. Ellis now going to work against Redditch. Ellis launches one. No good. Rebound. Who else? Matt Knight all over the glass. Here's Martin ahead of the pack to Beale, and there's a foul. Offensive foul. Sean Redditch. I didn't see it, Bruce. It was off the play. Redditch just...
He was trying to seal him down low, but instead he hooked him.
And that's the call. And Redditch is going to take a seat. And that's his 4th personal foul. It's a big call for Redditch. And he sits, and really it's not been Sean's night. Just hasn't got anything going. Now there's enormous pressure, but they break it initially. Now imagine someone's open, but they recover beautifully. It'll be Kadee to set up a play. 14 on the shot clock. Here's Magin. Wildcats go back into a man. Now Ellis. Looking for Kadee. Finds him. Kadee steps, fires, and that's long. Rebound, Wagstaff.
Good look. Really good look. Just couldn't finish it. Oh.
Wide seal, but he fumbles it. They had him, but he just couldn't find him with Greg Heyer, who begs bodies with Madol Chol up the floor.
Again.
Here's Joyce. Joyce, right-hand move, goes baseline, and that's an offensive foul every day of the week. Knocks over Greg Heyer, who was there for a year.
Sorry, man. I'm not sure where Daniel was going. He didn't have a whole lot of room to do anything in that little corner there.
As great as this team is defensively, I'd really like to see a stat how many charges they've drawn. I mean, I'm sure over maybe last season, and it'd be an interesting stat, and I'm sure the coaches would chart that stat, Bruce. But I don't know of a team that draws that as many charges as what this team does.
No, because there's an emphasis here on weak side help.
Damian Martin just throws it away, but Wagstaff gets it back somehow, score it, and the foul. And Damien Cotto just goes away in frustration saying, how did we miss that?
Well, I think what happened was that he was able to make that pass without any ball pressure. Damien spoke in the first half about ball pressure.
Kings very, very small at the moment. Ellis at the 5 spot with Chol, Daniel Joyce, Ben Magin and Jason Kadee. Wagstaff makes it a 3-point play and edges the Wildcats closer. It's 54-44, 10-point lead, 4:12 left in the 3rd period. Look at the pressure Damian Martin's throwing out there on Kadee.
Yeah, Jason's pretty clever. He don't let that bother him whatsoever. He's seen that many nights.
Ellis, Kadee, 6 on the shot clock. Here's Magin on a rip through, and Beale has fouled him. 3rd team foul for the Wildcats.
So again, that possession there, good long possession, which resulted in a foul. It stagnates Perth up-tempo style they want to play.
Kadee with possession. Kings looking for movement off the ball. Wildcats in a zone. Here's Kadee. Kadee just jacks it from 3. That's short. Daniel Joyce tracks down the rebound. They double team him. He gets it out, but it's stolen. Great play, Jermaine Beale. Here comes Jervis, the big man. Jervis just goes right to the rack, throws up a shot and falls.
Yeah, throws up
what
a shot.
What a play by Jervis.
Throw it up is a good description of it because he sort of lost his balance.
Bruce, was he even looking at the basket when he launched that? He just kind of tossed it up and it went in. Great play. And it's back to 8. So the Wildcats have cut a 14-point Sydney lead back to 8. 54-46.
Unfortunately, with this group of the Kings out here, they don't have very much offense.
Yeah, they are stagnating against this zone right now. Here's Kadee. Kadee dumps it to Ellis. Ellis is going to launch it from 3. Swish.
That was needed.
Big response from Cody Ellis, and it's back to 11, 57-46. Wildcats quickly up the floor. Martin, higher. Corner 3, no. Foul Cody Ellis, and he's complaining about it.
Well, you know what? The guys can't get caught up into all the banging and being drawn into the contact that Perth play. Heyer, Wagstaff, they're good at that.
Ellis upset as he goes to the bench with his 4th personal foul. There's some foul trouble here for the Kings. And it'll be Jesse Wagstaff to the line for 2 with his team down 11. 57-46, 3:03 left in the third period.
Now Tommy's back into the game with that third foul, so he's got to be really careful not to pick up his fourth.
And misses the second. 1 of 2 at the line for Jesse. Here comes Kadee, guarded by Beale. Finds Joyce. Wildcats sort of a little bit of a matchup zone at the moment. Now they switch to a man. Here's Garlop, faces up. Garlop fades away and long that time. Oh, good rebound, Madol Chol, but he knocks it out of bounds. Wagstaff, cross-court pass, higher, back to Wagstaff. Jervis calling for the ball. Kadee slaps at it. Jervis picks it up. And that's a 3-second violation. Jervis
Good
in there
D.
way too long.
Good D. See, Jason doubled down on that, which is what they should have been doing early in the game. And it calls for 3 seconds.
2:30 left. Game just slowing down a little bit. 57-47. Looking for Magin, but Drake Yu in the game sticking right with him. Garlop gets it back to Kadee, sets a pick. Here's Kadee, goes into the paint. The floater in the air, and it's long, and that's an offensive rebound. Take your pick. Garlop saying he was slapped in the face, no call, but Kadee with a foul. And they've actually called a pushing foul after the ball was launched, so that means the Wildcats are going to shoot 2.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jason got himself in the seam. If he just pulled up for the little 5-footer, that would have been far more effective.
Wildcats in a bit of a huddle, and the referee tells them to move it. It'll be, once again, Wagstaff at the line. And again, we apologise tonight. We don't have any live stats to give to you. And that's for us as well, unfortunately, because we track the stats with live stats. Jesse makes the first, but one thing, Bruce, I was thinking it'll be very interesting to see the foul count, foul shot count, I should say, at the end of the period.
Yeah.
Wagstaff 2 of 2 at the line. Wildcats back within 8, 57-49. Kadee double quickly. Great defense, finds Chol. Someone's open. Magin's wide open. Chol now finds him. Magin, good move. Goes to the baseline, launches it and hits it.
Nice shot.
Magin identifying that, 59-49. Yu wide open initially. Here's Jarvis top of the key to Beale. Now higher from, hits Jarvis. Jarvis misses it. Big rebound, Daniel Joyce. Kadee to Garlop to Magin. Higher on him. Magin exploring. Gets it back to Garlop, and now Kadee with 12 on the shot clock. Here's Magin on a call. Finds Garlop.
Nice
Baseline
look.
jump bar. Short that
Nice
time.
look.
Higher tracks down the board. Here's Beale as Magin falls over there. Now Wagstaff on a pull through. Goes into the paint, launches a bad shot, missed, and there's a foul. What have we got here? We've got a technical foul, I believe. And he's called Magin for a technical foul.
What was the for?
And I'm not sure. I did see Magin on the floor, and I'm thinking it's for flopping, Bruce. Magin was definitely on the floor.
Just now.
Yeah, just then before. And I just noticed it. And again, there's a lot of quizzical looks going on. Magin doesn't know why he's been teched. We're going to huddle up.
I know if I was Damon, I want to know why.
Substitution, Muo comes into the game to replace Greg Hire. So Mo is in the game, and Wagstaff will shoot just the one free throw now for a technical foul. It's one of the new rules that's come in this year, and he misses it. Wildcats possession. No, check that. It's Sydney possession. That's the new part of the rule. So we apologise. We're working through these new rules as well as the officials. So that's a flopping technical, Bruce.
But
had to be, because that's Kings have got possession back.
Flopping on defense?
Yeah.
I just didn't see it.
Here's Magin to Kadee. Back to Magin. Magin right hand, gun baseline. No look pass to Garlop, going to work. Kicks it out. Magin up fakes. Magin fires away. Yes!
See, another good possession. 5-6 passes.
They ran that two-man game beautifully with
Yeah.
Garlop and Madgen that time. No look pass from Tommy Jervis, and there's a play. What a super feed from Jervis to a cutting Jesse Wagstaff, and he scored. 61-51. The Wildcats really making no real impression on this Sydney lead, Bruce, at the moment.
No, they're not, but they're still coming at you. And the good thing that Kings are doing is they are making every possession an effective one.
Jarvis jumps out and Kadee gets a pick. Kadee rejected by Jervis, gets his own ball back, throws up a really crazy shot that misses.
Yeah.
A little bit of frustration that time from Jason Kadee. Here's Beale. There's about a 4-second differential between game and shot clock. 11 on the shot clock. Beale gets isolated against Garlop. Up fakes. Loses it, throws it away, right to Joyce. Plenty of time left. Joyce with Wagstaff for him. No look pass to Madgen, and he's fouled on the break.
Yes. Eventually it was a good look because I wasn't for sure what he was doing.
I couldn't see Madgen run the lane, actually,
No.
Bruce. I was blocked off, but
Yeah.
Joyce found him. Good, nice pass.
Well, I just wasn't for sure, George, what Daniel was doing because on the left side there he had a clear path for a layup. But I think he just saw that Wagstaff was in front of him.
Madgen makes it. Sydney Kings captain. And the Kings 7-2 run to start this period, and they've held on to that double-figure lead for most of it. 63-51, 4 seconds left. Here's Jermaine Beale. Beale pushes off Joyce, launches it, no good. Tip in, Jervis, no, too late. They wave it off, and that's the end of the third period here from Ipswich with your score. The Mighty Might Sydney Kings 63, the Perth Wildcats 51. We're going to take a 30-second break, and we'll be right back with you. Stay with us. You're watching Sydney Kings basketball on Sydney Kings TV.
For the Wildcats, Sean Redditch entered a foul trouble with 4 fouls. And for the Sydney King, Cody Ellis with 4 fouls. For the Kings, Ben Mackin, 19. Points, Jess Wagstaff.
Welcome back to Ipswich. Let's score again. The Kings 63, the Wildcats 51. Just run through the three-quarter time stats for you. Kings are currently shooting 41%, 17 of 21 from the free throw line. They're 8 of 18 from 3. So 3-point line has been good for the Kings tonight, 44% for them there. They're led by Ben Madgen, who has 19 points. He's 9 of 10 from the free throw line. In that period, Madgen had 6 points. He's got 19 for the game. Tommy Garlop doing a terrific job, 16 points and 5 rebounds for him. And Cody Ellis very quietly, very, very solid, 11 points and 8 rebounds. For the Wildcats, they're shooting just 43% from the field, just 3 of 10 from 3 and 8 of 13 from the foul line. So they went to the foul line 9 times in that period in comparison to 4 times in the entire first half. So they definitely had a focus there. Matt Knight, terrific game, 16 points on 8 of 12 shooting with 7 rebounds and just a single turnover. Jesse Wagstaff is leading the Wildcats. He's got 17 points. He had 8 in that period. He's been tremendous. 17 points, 6 rebounds for Jesse. And Jermaine Beale just with the 5 points tonight on 1 of 3 shooting. So he's had his struggles. We're underway here in the final period of this preseason game from Ipswich. Again, the Kings have not beaten the Wildcats since re-entering the league in 2010. Garlop misses to start the final period, and here come the Cats. Yu almost loses it.
Yeah.
Gets it back. Kings fall back into that zone. Knight looking for Redditch, who's had a tough night so far. Knight just banging bodies with Chol, much stronger than the young man.
There you go. See, it's a double down on it. Good.
Now you travelled. Yeah,
there it
is.
is.
The Sydney Kings defense that time, Bruce, they get a terrific stop.
Well, it started with the double down on Knight, He passed it to Redditch. Redditch had to make the extra pass because of the rotation by the Kings. And then you end up traveling. So good defense. And now the Kings need to capitalize by having a good offensive possession here.
Perry brings it up the floor against Damien Martin. Here's Garlop, beyond 3. Guarded by Jarvis. He might look to exploit that. Madgen gets a pick from Garlop. Looking for Tommy, can't find him. Madgen loses it. Great play from Mo, but great play. Daniel Joyce recovers it somehow. Here's Joyce. He's got to look at a 3, and that's off. And tapped out by Garlop to Perry, and the Kings are going to run a play. 10 on the shot clock. Garlop fades away. Baseline J is good. Tom Garlop with 18 in the game. He's 7 of 11 from the field, and the Kings lead is 14 again, a game high. Martin. Jarvis. They leave him alone. Gets it back to Martin. Now Redditch looking down low to Knight. Kicks it back. Sean Redditch sets his feet. Fires way off. Big rebound from Jarvis, but it's slapped away by Chol. Great play. Here's Madgen. Crosses over, goes into the paint. Left-hand shot thrown out by Matt Knight. What a play. Here come the Cats. Martin to Jervis. To Martin. Lays it off. Redditch. Foul. Wildcats running their fast break very, very well. Great passing, and Redditch earned a trip to the line.
Yeah, no, I knew something positive going to happen out of that fast break there for Perth. Mads maybe should have taken made a better decision on that last play there. He was trying to go 1-on-3.
Kevin White comes into the game to replace Joyce. And again, Daniel playing some solid minutes tonight, particularly at the defensive end. And really, Bruce, we know his hustle has been terrific tonight. It's been a real standout. Meanwhile, Redditch makes the first free throw. Second one coming up, and it's good. Sean Redditch with 4 in the game. Now Perry under pressure, but he breaks it with that great speed. Still Perry. Nice pass to Chol, and he's fouled.
Nice.
And that's what you talked about,
Bruce.
That's
exactly what I was talking about. The decision making. Yeah, I was wondering what decisions he was going to make out of that. Smart one. I think one of the reasons why he made that decision the first 3 quarters, he just haven't got going. So that would have been an opportunity for him not to force it, which he ended up not doing. So great decision.
So here's the young Madol Chol, development player for the Kings, and misses the first. Second Sudanese-born player to represent the Sydney Kings. First one, of course, John Matcham, a couple of seasons ago. Or a season ago. Free throw is way off. Didn't even draw a iron. Eye or 2 at the line. Kings still lead by 12. It's 65-53. 8 minutes left. Here's Mo, finds Redditch in the low block. Redditch going to work against Garlop. Garlop sticking right with him. Redditch takes a tough shot and misses. Rebound Garlop. Garlop's got a 1-on-1. Knight's chasing. Garlop step through. Redditch falls down. That they call flop on the Kings bench. Damien got a screamed out flop. There was a bit of contact. Either way, nice pass to Jervis to Redditch. Kicks it out. Now Martin to Jervis, spin move in the lane, score it, and the foul.
Wow, that was a late call.
Late call, but here come the Cats. Down to 10 with a chance to cut it to 9. And Cody Ellis about to re-enter the game. At the end of the game, stay tuned, fans, once again, and we thank him very, very much. Damien Cotter will join us, as he has done right throughout this pre-season, to give his thoughts on the game. And right now, he's 7.5 minutes from doing something that no one has been able to do in the last 4 years, and that's beat the Perth Wildcats. Free throw good from Jervis, but we know the Wildcats are going to come at the Kings hard. 65-56, 7:28 left. Here's Ellis to Garlop. And now Madgen. Madgen is going to look to attack Mo. Finds Kevin White, right-hand dribble. White to Madgen. Nice pass, but it's knocked away. Great recovery by Jarvis.
Yeah.
Here they come. Redditch throws it to Knight. Poor pass there. Knight had no chance. Kings possession. Here they come. Madgen just goes straight to the rack. Misses a wild left-hand shot. Gets his own rebound, and he's fouled. And there was going to be a timeout call. Damien Cotter just cancelling it here
Yeah, he didn't want to freeze Madge on the free throw line.
Yeah.
Would be a good opportunity for the Kings right now to set up a press after this free throw shot.
7 minutes left. Imagine at the line for 2.
Key 7 minutes here because you know Perth is going to make another run, and the Kings need to keep their composure to maintain somewhat of a lead over this next couple of minutes here.
They've also going to make their free throws. Imagine missed the first. Second one, and he missed that one as well. So the Kings have missed 4 straight free throws. Wildcats down 9. Here they come. Martin finds Jervis. He's double team. Nice pass inside to Knight, and he finishes off the window. Great execution. Tom Jervis showing some good interior skills there, particularly with his vision, Bruce.
Yeah, no, and that's obviously something that they've worked on, because there's been a few cuts to the basket where he just made that little bounce pass.
Wildcats are down within 7 now, 65-58. They fall back into this zone. Here's Perry. Kicks it to Magin. Magin. Dribble drive, kicks it out. Kevin White, baseline 3! Big triple by Kevin White, and the Kings bench is up as 1.
They called it a 2.
67-58. Kevin White making a big shot when it counts.
Kings sticking with that zone.
13 on the shot clock. Here's Mo. Mo now launches it from 3. Back iron, no good. Tom Garlop just boxes out Jarvis very well and grabs the board. 6 minutes left. Here's Garlop. Imagine right side. Garlop, they're looking to play this 2-man game again. Here's Magin. Garlop's wide open, but now he finds him. Garlop crosses over. Garlop spins. Good pass inside to White. White, left-hand shot rejected by Matt Knight.
Good move.
What a play by Knight.
Good defensive possession by Perth.
Jervis finds. Great pass from Redditch to Jervis. Right-hand hook shot, no good. Oh, rebound. Kevin White got whacked by Redditch, no call. And here come the Kings with Perry. Joel Chol about to come into the game at the next stoppage. Ellis with 14 on the shot clock finds Perry. Gets a pick from Ellis. Perry to White. Almost throws it away. White saves it. Here's Garlop. Garlop has to launch a 3. It's long. So that was a poor possession there.
It was very poor. I'm not sure what Kendrick was looking at on that one.
Oh, Magin steals it from Mo. No, he doesn't. He knocks it away right in front of us. Chol is going to come into the game. Garlop really struggling.
Yeah, he probably need a minute's break because he can't be out for too long.
Now, Jervis sits down, replaced by Wagstaff. Jermaine Beale is going to come into the game, replacing Mo. No, check that. He's going to take out Sean Redditch. Redditch goes to the bench. It'll be Mo to inbound the ball. 18 on the shot clock, 5:02 on the game clock. Martin. Kings back in this zone. Here's Beale, the ever-dangerous Jermaine Beale. Now Mo launches a tray. That's no good. Long. Good rebound. That time by Perry. Almost slips over. The Wildcats have had their chances to cut further into this lead, but it's still Kings by 9.
Yeah, you're right about that. And, you know, with Mo shooting threes, that helps the Kings.
Magin isolated against Knight. Finds Ellis. Back to Magin. Quickly to Perry. To White. 6 on the shot clock. White, they double team him. He forces it up. No good. Great defense by the Wildcats that time.
Yeah, another bad possession by the Kings. And, you know, credit Perth on that one.
Wagstaff kicks it out to Mo. Now Beale. Back to Wagstaff. Here's Martin looking inside for Knight. Now Knight has the seal, but Chol knocks it away. Good play, Madol Chol. Matt Knight looked like he had him beat, but Chol recovered nicely.
He had him beat early on in that possession.
Perry to Magin. Magin going baseline, kicks it out. Cody Ellis, wide open 3, way off, air ball. Rebound, Martin, and here come the Kings. Here's Beale to Wagstaff. Jesse Wagstaff 3, short, rebound Magin. Now that's the kind of shot that Wagstaff hits very, very often, that open look and just that dagger 3 that he hits.
So true.
Ellis finds Magin. Ellis baseline, facing up against Knight. Ellis going to the rack. Ellis spins up, face, scores! What a play, Cody Ellis. Took on a great defender in Matt Knight and he scored, and the Kings are back out by 11. 69-58, 3:18 left. Here's Martin. Now Beal. Beal, 3 in the air, banks it in. Ooh. Jermaine Beal hits a 3.
Yeah, that was a surprise shot there, and he haven't had the impact that we were expecting either, Bill.
Back to 8, 69-61, less than 3 minutes left. Here's Chol to Madgen. Madgen up fakes a 3. Now Madgen launches it, and it's long. Rebound Mo, and here come the Wildcats down 8 with 2:49 left. That night, Kings fall back into a zone. Here's Beal, just hit a triple off the window. Beal attacks the hoop, reverse layup, no good. Rebound Ellis. Now here's Perry with Damian Martin all over him. They're going to double team him. He finds Ellis. Kings have got numbers. Here's Ellis, goes into the paint and is fouled by Knight. Smart move, saw that he had Knight beat and drew the foul and will shoot 2.
Yeah. He saw he had Knight beat. He also saw Charles was there just in case he can hand it off to him or for an offensive rebound.
Gallup and Kadee are about to come into the game. Some great minutes from Chol. Kadee replaces Kevin White. Damien Cotter's going to go with his 2-point guards for the last 2.5 minutes, and he calls for time. Finally, the referee acknowledges it. Damien gives him the thumbs up. And it'll be Ellis at the line to make this a 10-point lead, Bruce. But I guess the question is, what do the Kings have to do to close this game out?
Well, they have to keep playing that good, tough defense. That's what's really been the key here for the Kings. You haven't seen them play such a good defense, particularly in the second half, in a long time. And we're talking about defense against Perth. The first half, Matt Knight was really destroying them down in the paint. The second half here, they just have closed those opportunities, got a couple steals, got out and started running, ended up on the free throw line.
Once again, the Kings playing without Angus Brown and Josh Childress and Josh Dunker for virtually the entire game. And again, you know, we do point out Perth are without DeAndre Daniels after he had that off-season surgery on his right elbow, and Ernest Ross, who wasn't cleared in time for this game. But still, you know, it's a core group that we know so well and has been together for so long. And, you know, it's look at it, pre-season or whatever, and the Kings have had the Wildcat had the Kings number for so long.
Well, the other thing, too, is, you know, despite, you know, players being injured from both teams, it's the mindset that you come out in. And it's the same mindset if Perth had a healthy team or if the Kings had a healthy team. That's how both teams should come out, and the Kings has come out that way in particular, and it's worked out well for them.
Can't close it out from the free throw line, though. That's 5 missed free throws the last couple of minutes. Finally makes one. 1 or 2 at the line for Ellis, and it's a 9-point game. Sydney 70, Perth 61, 2:25 left. Here's Drake Yu. Finds Beal. Beal looking to go to work. Goes into the paint. Right hand off the window is good. So strong is Jermaine Beal, and it's a 7-point lead. 70-63, 2:10 left. We know the Cats, it's only pre-season. They're not going to go away. Gallup, 13 on the shot clock. Here's Ellis. Now Kadee. Great pass inside to Ellis, and he scores! What a play by Kadee. Found Ellis, and Cody Ellis has given the Kings a 9-point lead. 72-63. Here's Beal. Ellis almost steals it, and Wagstaff travels. He's claiming.
Well, the other referee actually pointed down at his foot like he held his foot.
I have to admit, Bruce, I actually thought that he did hold his foot.
I did too.
I don't think that was a travel.
But my problem with that is the referee from the farthest point away made the call.
Made the call, exactly. Now here's a press. They've got to get it in. They just beat the 5-second violation. Here's Perry. 1:38 left. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Ellis looking for Madgen. Finds him. Mows all over him. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Madgen attacks the hoop. Throws it up. Misses. But draws the foul. And once again, Ben Madgen will go to the line.
Yeah, and that's the other thing that's really affecting Perth offense is the fact that they are putting so much defensive pressure on them, and they're not allowed to loosen up and get out and run.
Madgen free throw good. Ben Madgen has staked his claim at the foul line tonight. Very, very aggressive all night. Second free throw, and good. And it's an 11-point lead with 90 seconds left.
It's interesting substitution there.
Yeah, he's sat Jermaine Beale for the development player. So
well, probably sort of keeping him out, you know, so he's somewhat fresh for tomorrow.
Yeah. Here's Yu. 15 on the shot clock. Loses it. Great steal, Tommy Garlop. And 4 years worth of utility is about to come to an end for the Kings. They lead, and now there's a foul off the ball as Kadee, I believe, is going to be fouled by Anthony Fisher. And that's 2 shots. And the Wildcats, I know I've repeated this stat, but it's the longest losing streak against any team in the club's history, and they're about to break it. Albeit pre-season, the real thing starts October 11 when the Kings play the Hawks. Kadee makes the first, but you have to give the Kings enormous credit tonight, Bruce, for this performance, but as undermanned as they were. And I think a few eyes might be opened by this result tonight as Kadee makes both. 76-63 with a minute left. Here's Yu. Gets a pick from Jarvis, goes into the paint. Manages to find Jarvis somehow, and he scores. Split the double team, 76-65. Here's Perry, double team quickly, breaks it, kicks it to Ellis. Kadee wide open in the corner, but he'll turn that down, and they're going to run some clock here. 12 seconds left. Here's Garlop. Finds Kadee, crosses over. Still Kadee, 5 on the shot clock, 4. Kadee going baseline, kicks it out to Perry. Perry steps, fires for 3, almost banks it in, rebound Yu. 33 seconds left. Here's Yu. No one to pass to, finally finds Fisher. Fisher kicks it off to Wagstaff, to Mo, dumps it down low to Jervis, kicks it out, Wagstaff quickly, Drake Yu, 3 ball, and somehow rattles home off the window. 76-68, 15 seconds left, Fisher fouled, no call. Perry loses it, and it's out of bounds.
Very lucky, he was a little casual.
Very casual that time. Credit the Cats to playing this out to the final whistle. 11 seconds left, Kings lead by 8. 76-68. Damien Cotter very smartly is going to call for time. He was not happy with Kendrick Perry that time, Bruce.
No, I think what Kendrick is going to have to understand is he's got quickness, but instead of using his quickness, sometimes use a smarter way of going about it. He's trying to split a double team, and sometimes all they have to do is retreat, crossover, dribble, and go in a different direction, like just now, but he was a little casual with it. And I think it's because he saw a 6'10 Jarvis and he thought he could get around, but bounced off his foot.
Damien Cotter provided the Kings get through these 11 seconds. And the thing with the Wildcats, the Kings have got it's a 3-possession game with 11 seconds left, and normally you'd be closing the book, but
yeah,
you're never comfortable with this Wildcat outfit.
No,
it's so tough, and I think realistically the game is over.
Oh,
but
yeah, it's over. I think Damien just wanted to point out a couple of things in finishing off this game.
What an effort by Garlop and Ellis to just face up against Knight and Jarvis and Wagstaff and Hire and the rest of the bigs for the Wildcats. So we know they're so tough. And now Trevor Gleeson is going to call for another timeout.
Well, not only step up, against this team, but step up and fill the gap that's left from Josh Childers, Josh Duncan, and Angus.
Brent, yeah.
You know, people would have thought that with the Perth front line, that the Kings would be in a little bit of trouble on the boards and the inside there. I mean, it showed some glimpse of that in the first half with Ben Knight, but Kings made some adjustments in the second half.
Again, respond and adjust.
Yeah.
It's sort of been the theme of this preseason so far, Bruce. And the Wildcats made their runs at the Kings, and every time they did, Cody Ellis would hit a big 3, or they'd get a good defensive stop. And it's for Sydney Kings fans, get excited. It's time to get excited, guys. And I really urge everybody, hit up sydneykings.com, buy a membership today. This team could be something very special. Nice interior pass, but throws it away from Kadee to Ellis. 5 seconds left. Here's Yu. Yu just goes in the paint, lays it up off the window. 3 seconds. 76-70. They get the ball in. Next up just has a little bit of a jab at Imagine. It was all in good humour. And that is it. For the first time since 2008, the Sydney Kings have defeated the Perth Wildcats. The 16-game streak is done. The Mighty Might Sydney Kings 76, the Perth Wildcats 70. We're going to speak to Damien Cotter in about 3 minutes, but before we do, Bruce, your thoughts on a very impressive performance, particularly defensively for the Mighty Might Sydney Kings.
Well, I like the way they made the adjustments in the second half. I mean, they knew they was going to have to make some adjustments against Perth, because Perth, they play only one way. And unfortunately for Perth tonight, their pressure wasn't able to create that up-tempo style game and also create turnovers so they can score off that. As a result, the Kings was able to get going offensively. They made it really tough for Perth, because they passed the ball around 5 or 6 times and made Perth work defensively, and they just couldn't get out of first gear, Perth. And to the Kings' credit, they kept on going. They kept on attacking. They made that extra pass. Tommy Gollop, played extremely well. Cody Ellis attacked Perth big guys. They put that pressure on it, and in doing all that, it was out having a good game from Kendrick as well. He didn't have one of his better games, but he was steady. He kind of controlled things somewhat. He didn't force it, and they end up winning the game.
We're just going to get the final stats for you, but yeah, that composure, Bruce, I guess, and keep in mind this is still a fairly young team. I mean, Kendrick. I think Kendrick learned a valuable lesson tonight, and against, an amazing defender in Damien Martin. You don't get much better grounding than that in the NBL when you have to go up against, just an absolute superstar that Damien Martin is.
Well, I think in saying that, him learning from tonight, he's going to learn a lot more from this weekend.
Yeah.
Okay. Tonight, I think, was the first charge he's had in this preseason. And I'm sure that's something that's going to stick in his mind as to when he get his motor up and running, he see that gap. Think about it before he actually punch it to that next level, to where he try to score it all at all costs. So teams, after this weekend, teams are going to be able to know each individual player's strengths and weaknesses. That's just how quick they are these days with their scouting report.
All right, we're going to go through the final stats with you. Once again, that score, the Sydney Kings 76, the Perth Wildcats 70. The Kings shoot just 38% from the field. So they've done it at the defensive end. They're only 23 of 60, 8 of 20 from 3. The big stat from the free throw line, the Kings went to the free throw line 31 times, just 22 of 31. And a huge disparity in the free throw count between both teams. They are led by Ben Madgen, who finished the game with 21 points. He was fouled 10 times. He had 4 rebounds, 2 assists and a steal. Madgen, just 4 of 14 from the field. 11 of 14 from the free throw line was the Sydney Kings captain. Tom Garlop, in the absence of Josh Junker, and stay tuned, fans. We'll give you an update. Just check out Twitter, check out Facebook, an update on Josh Dunker's injury. We'll talk to Damien Cotter as well after the game about that. It looks like he's had a bit of a shoulder strain. So in his absence, Tom Garlop just stepped to the plate. He finished with 18 points and 7 rebounds, shot 7 of 14 from the field, and was just terrific, and he has been throughout this preseason. Cody Ellis, I thought, was outstanding, Bruce. 16 points, 9 rebounds. Just seemed to hit every big shot when the Kings needed an answer to a Wildcat run. Jason Kadee, just 1 of 6 from the field, 7 points, 3 rebounds and 3 assists. Kevin White, 8 points, hit 2 big threes, and that big baseline jumper that sort of stopped that Perth rally. Yeah. That was huge in the 4th period. And Kendrick Perry just with 6 points, 4 assists, 3 turnovers. So the Wildcats, they shoot 44% from the field. They were 27 of 61, just 5 of 16 from 3. So that was an issue for them pretty much most of the night. And as we talked about that free throw disparity, the Wildcats just 11 of 16 from the free throw line. So the Kings shoot 15 more free throws than the Wildcats on the night. the Wildcats led by Matty Knight, and he was outstanding. But and as you say, Bruce, you sort of look at these numbers. He had 14 at half time. He just had 4 in the second half. So he had 4 points, 4 rebounds in the second half. So the Kings did a terrific job shutting him down. He finished, though, with 18 points on 9 of 13 shooting with 9 rebounds. Jesse Wagstaff, as usual, very, very productive. 17 points, 7 rebounds and 2 assists. Jermaine Beale, quiet first half, came to life in the second half, had 10 points on 3 of 6 shooting and 4 assists. Tom Jervis, I thought, had a fine game. 10.6 rebounds, only credited with the 2 assists. It seemed like he had a couple more than just the 2. Sean Redditch really struggled, just the 4 points on 1 of 6 shooting. Damien Martin didn't trouble the scorers. He finished with no points. He was 0 of 6 from the field, but still contributed in other ways. 6 assists and 3 rebounds. Turnover count. Kings committed just 13 turnovers and actually won the turnover count, which is always crucial against the Wildcats.
That's exactly right.
Wildcats finished with 16 turnovers. Points in the paint, Perth, and mainly that came from Matt Knight, that they're bigs, 38 to 14. Points from turnovers. Again, the Wildcats, doing a great job, making Sydney pay for their mistakes with 16 points from their turnovers. The Kings just the 4. The rebound count favoured the Wildcats, but it was fairly even in the end. The Wildcats 36, the Sydney Kings 34. So we're just waiting on Damien Cotter to finish his talk with the players. And just want to, again, remind everybody, the Kings on Sydney Kings TV, that the Sydney Kings will be playing Saturday. That's their first game at 3:30 p.m. against Melbourne United in the NBL Blitz, to be held at NAB Stadium at Auckland Flower in Brisbane. Melbourne will be without Stephen Dennis, who is in the United States attending the birth of his child, which is we congratulate Stephen and his wife.
Yeah.
But they will have Jordan McRae, their other new import, in uniform, and that's going to be another huge test. Particularly if Josh Dunker doesn't come up and Brandt doesn't play, because you're talking about one of the bigger teams, especially their starters, with the likes of Daniel Kickett, David Barlow, and Mark Worthington.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed that Josh Dunker's injury is not serious. I think he just got it caught in an awkward position in the jump ball with Matt Knight. So I would be very surprised if it's an injury that's going to cause any long-term delays. Damien
Cotter, head coach of the Sydney Kings, joins us. And first of all, we talked about it in Wollongong. Was the first thing I asked you was the streak. The Wildcats had won 16 straight, and I know it's only pre-season. 16 straight since 2010. I know it's only pre-season, but that had to be...
Thanks for watering that down, because I was going to do it. I'm glad you're the one.
But it has to be a very satisfying, regardless, a satisfying performance, particularly under the circumstances tonight.
Oh yeah, I like we've talked a lot about it, and done a lot of work, and the guys have been really good with working at playing hard and playing together. And I think at times we executed not as well as we'd like. It's a bit of a scratchy gum. I'm sure the coaching staff would say the same. And it was a practice game. And but the guys kept playing with self-belief and kept backing themselves and each other, and I think that's really pleasing under the circumstances. And being dealt with the adversity just going into the game without Josh Childress and also Angus, and then dealing with Josh Dunker, and I was really proud of the young kid, Madul. I thought he stepped up, and he's like a deer in the headlights there for a little bit.
He was.
But you know what? The guys rallied around him, and and it's like I said to the fellas, it just it's a nice feeling, but it means more. We've got to perform during the season, and I don't think we'll be creeping up on anybody anymore after that one.
No, Bruce.
Just touching on Kindred, there was one of his tougher games here tonight, and I think Matt and I, we spoke about it. I think there was a little bit of lesson learned as to what he's going to come up against. And is that something you had a chat to him about? Because we know how quick he is and how he can get out in the break, and how he needs to change gears to make those better decisions, which he did, particularly down the stretch there.
Yeah, he was good. Like I felt he made some adjustments as the game lengthened, and Like last week when you asked me about Josh Dunker, I'm letting them find out. That's the great thing about playing so many games, and it's certainly been the right thing to do with this group. You know, taking out the injuries, it's just given us a chance to play. And coming up against a team like that that's disruptive, and they've got stuff in their pocket that they're going to show out, and they've obviously got some good players to be added to that, as do we. Yeah, and of course. But I think that'll be good for Kendrick. He's pretty switched on, and he's figuring things out. Yeah. So I'm very happy with it.
Yeah. And just the status you talked about, Josh Dunker. I mean, he got that injury virtually at tip-off. Yeah. It seemed like he got caught up with Matt Knight when they jumped for the ball. Obviously it's early, but do you have any idea about his status potentially for the Blitz? Oh, I don't. Sorry, Matt. No, that's okay. The physio said he won't play tomorrow, and I said, well, that's good. He's not playing tomorrow. Not playing, but I'm not sure. We'll get back and let it cool down and be able to make an assessment, and we just got to manage it. Like it's, we need to be tested with adverse circumstances, or you don't know if you're fair income or not, and so we're certainly getting challenged here.
Do you feel that with these injuries, some other opportunities is open up, and the likes of Cody Ellis he's really stepped up his game, particularly attacking the basket a lot more and not solely relying on his jump shot. And is that? Yeah,
that's something that's been deliberate by Cody, and been very happy with his attitude towards that. Cody was terrific on our tour to China, and I feel like he's built some momentum from that, and he's doing a good job for us off the bench, and very clever, as you know, and skilled. Yeah. And if he keeps mixing up his offense, he's going to be great for us off the bench.
Good. And just finally, you talked about the NBL Blitz and the challenges just keep coming. Melbourne United with their star-studded lineup, albeit without Stephen Dennis, their point guard, but still there's a lot of talent on that team. The likes of Daniel Kickett, a couple of ex-Kings in Mark Worthington and David Barlow, another good challenge for the guys at this stage of the preseason.
Yeah, they're one of the teams, loaded teams in the league, and it'll be good for us that we're not going to be able to sneak up on them. I'm sure they'll come in, and our guys have got to respect that.
All right, so thanks very much for your time, Coach Cotter. We really appreciate it. We really appreciate all the time you spent with us in the preseason. I know our fans really appreciate you taking the time.
I love it, but as long as we keep winning, keep being happy. But
the pressure's building now, 7-0.
I didn't want that, man. No, my pleasure, fellas. You're doing a good job.
Thank you.
Thanks very much to Coach Damien Cotter. So we're going to wrap things up here from Ipswich. And with all that, I'm Matt McQuaid, and thanks very much for joining us tonight on Sydney Kings TV, and I certainly hope you've enjoyed the action. As we said, our next assignment is the NBL Blitz preseason tournament. Once again, we will be covering all 8 games. That's 2 games Friday, 4 on Saturday, and 2 on Sunday. Join me, Bruce Bolden and Brad Rosen as we bring you all the action, starting with tomorrow night's opener at 6 p.m. with Melbourne United taking on the Townsville Crocodiles. Go to www.nbl.com.au for all the details, including live stats and the links to the game. So on behalf of my broadcast partner, the great Bruce Bolden, and our technical guru and producer, James Bowman, it's been great to have your company today on Sydney Kings TV. Stay safe wherever you are. Good night.